Losing 50 pounds is not easy by any means, but it is possible. This is me at my absolute heaviest, around 235 pounds, and this is me now fluctuating between around 181 to 183. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys some tips on healthy eating habits to help me lose 50 pounds. Let's get into it. Tip number one is to try to prep your meals in advance as much as you possibly can. I know this can be really difficult. I haven't even reached the level of complete meal prep yet, but I do prep certain things in advance. Like I'll take things out the night before, so it's already ready, and I try to make it as convenient as possible. So for example, in the morning, I will often eat boiled eggs and some salmon, a protein bar, something really quick on the go. It's really hard to eat healthy when you are constantly moving and you're not really thinking things through. So try to be as proactive as possible and plan your meals ahead of time. If you have a plan, it's easier to stick to it and see the growth versus if you're just waking up and being like, oh, I'm hungry today, and you haven't prepped anything, you are already running late. It's so easier to just, oh, I'll just go through a drive-through. Oh, I'll just stop and get this Starbucks, or I won't eat this morning. That's the kind of habits that were definitely leading me to being overweight. But once I started having a plan, once I started planning my meals out and being very intentional about what I was eating, it just helped me stay on track and it helped me be more consistent. And don't overcomplicate some of these meal choices. Get things like chicken breasts, chicken wings, hard-boiled eggs, salmon, things that are very quick and able to make masses of. Get yourself a rice cooker if you can, and try to choose a day that is the best for you to plan ahead. Most people meal prep on like a Sunday, but everyone's schedule is different. So look at your schedule and find what's the best day for you to lay things out. And look, if you're not into meal prepping, you're like, hey, that's boring, I kind of like variation. My suggestion would be to just prep your sides, right? Cut up a whole bunch of vegetables for the week, right? And then store it. So that way, when you're cooking your different proteins throughout the week, you already have your vegetables washed, ready to go. That's the kind of efficiency that's going to really help you get to your goals. Tip number two is hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. This is super, super important. And I think that when I did 75 hard and completed it, I really understood the benefits of drinking a gallon of water a day. I don't necessarily think that you have to drink a whole gallon a day, but it taught me and it made me realize that I really wasn't drinking enough water prior to that. And oftentimes when we think that we're hungry, we're really just thirsty. So I would just keep a lot of water on deck. Right before you're about to eat a meal, drink water. And I promise you, you probably won't be as hungry. You won't eat as much. And also, when I was drinking a gallon of water a day, it really improved my skin, right? I felt like prior to me drinking so much water, my skin was kind of dull looking. I actually show some photos here of the beginning of 75 hard. Yes, I lost the weight, and I think that had a huge difference as well. But look at my skin. And I wasn't really drinking water like that during before 75 hard. So drink more water. It's going to help with your skin. It's going to help with acne. And it's really just going to, like I said, keep you hydrated and not lead you to overeating. And I get it. Like for a lot of people, water can be very boring. You're like, I don't want to have water all the time. I'm a huge fan of sparkling water. And also just adding fruits to your regular water. Chop up, make it fancy, right? Make it an experience. Make it feel like it's a cocktail. Grab some water, chop up some fresh blueberries, some cucumbers, some strawberries, and I promise you, you're gonna feel like you're more willing to drink that water than just a regular glass of water. But I have my water on deck all the time, even recording this, like, look at this cute little cup with my name on it. I have my water always ready to go because, like I said, oftentimes I think I'm hungry and I'm really just thirsty. Tip number three is going to be avoiding fast food. Now, some of y'all don't like that, but it's reality. When I stopped eating fast food, and when I refer to fast food, I'm referring to drive-thrus, it changed the game for me. First of all, I saved a heck of a lot more money, and I came to the realization that I was basically using fast food as a crutch. I would always get fast food on the way home from work. I would get in the morning before work. It was just like, I was like, oh, this is so convenient and quick, and I don't have time for doing this and that. And honestly, it just wasn't getting me closer to my goals, and it just was leading and contributing to me being overweight. So I cut out fast food during 75 hard, and I still don't really partake in it. Since, like I said, it's been around 9 months, this weight loss. And in the 9 months, I've had drive-through fast food maybe once or twice. I just limit it as much as possible. You often don't even realize how much calories that you're consuming. Like if you act like, let's pull up an example here. I'm gonna use Taco Bell, for example. If you get some 3 tacos and a large drink and I don't know, a churro, I'm gonna put up here how many calories is that. And that's just one meal. So you had that for lunch, and say your goals are only supposed to be around, you need to consume 2,000 calories a day to get to your goal weight. One meal, you've already consumed half of your calories for the day. That's the thing that was contributing to me being overweight when I was eating so much fast food. When I cut it out, it just was a game changer for me. And honestly, I don't miss it. Every now and then, do I have cravings? Sure. But for the most part, I feel like I've taken my power back. I feel like low-key fast food kind of had me in this like hold. And once I was like, you know what? I don't really need that. I took my power back and the weight came off. And my first tip being meal prepping, that really helps with not consuming fast food, because if you're prepping meals in advance, you don't need to stop and grab something. You have protein bars, you have fruit, you have nuts ready to go. Because I get it. The biggest thing for me when I was getting fast food was usually on the way home from work. I'm literally exhausted. I had a hard day and I'm hungry. And it's like, I want something real quick. And that was something that I was doing maybe 3 to 4 times a week. So now what I do is on the way home, if I get hungry, I have like a protein bar in my car, or I have some nuts and fruit, like something to snack on that's healthy that can get me to go home. And then I have my meal either prepped, or it's an easy thing that I can make really quick within 20 minutes, 20 to 35 minutes. And that's gonna be a game changer for you. Before we get into the last tip, if you are enjoying this video, make sure you like it and you subscribe to my channel, and make sure you guys are following me on social media. My social handle will be provided below. Make sure you leave a comment below. I really love engaging with you guys and hearing from you guys, and I'm so grateful for this community. So let's get into the very last tip. The very last tip is going to be swapping out your favorite snacks for healthy alternatives. So this really definitely helped me on my 50-pound weight loss, because I am a huge snacker. I would prefer snacking sometimes than eating an entire meal. So for me, having some type of healthy variation of a snack really just contributed to the weight loss. So I'm gonna put some things on screen right here. So one healthy alternative for me, what I used to always eat were chips. I used to be like in love with chips all the time. My favorites were like hot Fritos, Lay's potato chips, and sometimes you just want that little salty and crunchy. So it was really hard for me to give up chips, but I had to in order to reach my goals, because an entire bag of chips is usually like 500 or 600 calories plus, okay? You guys do not even realize how much can be in the chips. So a healthy alternative here, instead of Lay's potato chips, I would use Trader Joe's snap peas, which the entire bag of these, I think, is like 300 calories, and it's so much healthier, and I still get that salt and I still get that crunch. Also, I have a huge sweet tooth, right? Candy addiction runs really deep for me. So it was really hard for me to give up candy, and I realized that I was eating candy, I'm not even exaggerating, at least maybe every day or every other day. Like if you're new to this channel, I've spoken about candy addiction, and mine was like no other. So a healthy alternative, right? So instead of having, my thing was like Starburst, Skittles, Nerds, any type of fruity candy, right, was my jam. So a healthy alternative for that would be a bowl of fruit, berries, strawberries, blueberries with a little bit of whipped cream. And I promise you that is going to hit the sweet note, because it's sweet, but it's not nearly as bad for you. It's fruit and it's a little bit of whipped cream. If you're really trying to count, make sure your calories are low, I use coconut whipped cream, which is even healthier than like Cool Whip. That changed the game for me. So those are just some examples of healthy swaps, but you can do this with almost anything. So I would encourage you to think about the foods that you really enjoy, that are not really contributing to your weight loss journey, and try to find ways that you can swap them with something else that's a lot healthier. And that's going to help you, because nutrition is literally 80% of the weight loss. So if you're working out every single day, but you're eating like absolute crap, you're not going to see change. It's just a fact. That was me like the first 2 years of my weight loss journey. I had been working out consistently, but I was eating whatever I wanted. It was almost like, oh, it was like I had this arrogance to me where I was like, oh, I work out so much. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Like, this is a treat for myself. And honestly, all I was doing was harming myself. Once I switched my relationship with food and realized that eating clean was a huge contributor to my body changing, that's when the game changed for me. Like I said, right here, as a reminder, this is me, 235 pounds, working out, but eating whatever I wanted, right? This is me now. Before, after. Before, after. Okay? The results speak for themselves. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and leave down in the comments below some healthy swap alternatives that you have suggestions for. Let's help each other out, and I would really love, because I'm always looking for suggestions as well. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.